Hi, I'm Jess, and this is Intro to Adulthood. As a white girl raised in a predominantly white rural community in the 90s, I had a fair share of learned racism to unlearn. I'm sure even now there are things that I need to become aware of. I believe that in general, people want to support one another and not hurt each other. So white people watching that agree, please listen up. We have a lot that we need to do to be able to level the playing field. For me, I realized that I was being racist when I saw some fan art for a Disney movie that I like. Zootopia is a movie with a bunny and a fox as the main characters in an animal society. The fan art was of Judy as a short black woman in her cop uniform. Beside her was Nick the Fox, as a tall white con man in baggy clothes. My first thought years ago was, if I had drawn this, I probably would have switched their races. I took a second and I asked myself, why is that? I was being racist. I had been conditioned by society to believe that black people were more likely to be criminals than cops. Questioning my own thought process and reactions was the key to seeing my learned racism. Even if I have learned to have racist ideas, I can actively question the validity of those beliefs. When you question where the belief came from and whether you believe in it now, you can unlearn racism. This video is about making sure that we are not hurting other people. So, we're going to talk about the N-word. This isn't about what you think the word means or represents. The N-word has been used historically by white slave owners and white people to other, devalue, and dehumanize black people. When your black friends use the N-word, it's to regain power over oppression. When you can use the words used to oppress you, they no longer have power over you. So no, you don't get to use the N-word as a white person, and it's not something you can earn by having a close friendship. Respect your fellow human, and don't use words that have root in terror and abuse. Another thing, if you ever have to start or end your sentence with, "But I'm not racist," you probably just said something racist. Evaluate your last comment. People don't say, "I'm not being rude," unless they're being rude. It's the exact same thing. Just to give some perspective to those who have never heard this information point blank, African Americans are the third largest ethnic group in America, and most of them are descended from slaves. Black people were not considered equal by the government until 1965. That's only 53 years ago. The last segregated school in Canada closed in 1983. That's 35 years ago. I'm 25. That's 10 years before I was born. It's not that long ago. This issue has been going on for decades, and the farther you look back, the more uneven the playing field gets. When the British colony came to steal this land and give it away, black people were not allowed to own land because they were viewed as lesser beings. Now, some people will say, well, black men had the ability to vote, but there was a clause. You had to own property to be able to vote. In 1920, that requirement was removed, but those who chose to have any political standing were punished by racist white people afraid of losing any control over others. If you chose to vote or have any political opinion, you or your family were violently punished, your property was stolen or damaged, and you were ostracized even further. A ton of damage has already been done, so let's start building up our black friends. Support their businesses, share their content, and give them recognition for their work. Speaking of, thank you to Isis, Shay, and Taylor. I couldn't have made this video without you. If you want to support my friend Isis, you can find her under her artist and gamer tag, Daxi Royale. The link is in the description. So start small. Start with yourself. Begin the unlearning process, so we can all have equal opportunity to succeed. Please like or share this video if you enjoyed the message. I upload weekly, so subscribe to see my new uploads. Thanks for watching, and until next time, just keep on living.